Pocono doubleheader weekend did not disappoint. Alex Bowman wins on Saturday. Kyle Busch takes the checkered on Sunday. Are we not entertained? Welcome to Backseat Drivers. I am Alex Weaver, flying like an eagle with no gas and stuck in fourth gear. Jonathan Merryman's here in studio with me, and joining us virtually is driver of the number 21 for Wood Brothers Racing, Matt DiBenedetto. Matty D, we're glad to have you.
Yeah, glad to be here. Thanks, Alex.
We appreciate you joining after a long weekend up in Pennsylvania. A lot on deck. We'll break down the worst ways to lose, if Jimmie Johnson retired too soon, 4th of July fun, and a new track for the NASCAR Cup Series. So let's get right into it with the drive-through. Matt, this is our version of rapid fire. So we're starting with you on this one. We saw Kyle Larson with a devastating loss in Saturday's race, blowing a tire in the final turn of the final lap. That may be the pick, but what's the most heartbreaking loss that you can think of?
That one was bad, but I would have to say the one that always pops in my mind is Mark Martin pulling into the pits one lap too soon under caution on the white flag. That one is heartbreaking.
Well, look, I think you go back to Dale Earnhardt hitting a seagull in the Daytona 500 in the closing laps there. That's got to be heartbreaking. But look, Matty D brings up a great point. Pulling into the pits when you have the race won is absolutely gut-wrenching, 100% avoidable. I'll have to agree with him on that.
So much success already in 2021, and it's a new guard for Team Hendrick. This is a new look of those four drivers. This poses the question, Merryman, I know you've been wanting to answer this one for a long time. Did Jimmie Johnson retire too soon?
Heck yes, he retired too soon. I mean, Alex Bowman's got 3 wins. Kyle Larson has 4 wins in the car that Jimmie stepped out of, and before you at me, they just switched stickers on Alex's car and Kyle's car. Kyle's driving the old 48. William Byron's got to win at Homestead. Chase Elliott's got to win this year. You're telling me that Jimmie Johnson couldn't possibly have multiple wins this year when every car in that stable has won a race? Heck yes, he stepped away too soon. Jimmie could be chasing 8th this year with multiple wins. I don't care whoever tells me what, you will not convince me otherwise.
Oh, man, that's well, we got Brian in here to help answer the question, too, so we'll see what he thinks. I have both answers. Of course, he's watching and being like, man, Hendrick cars are flying and dominant, and yeah, maybe I should have ran another year and got some wins, chased another championship. But the other token, man, I think he's having fun at the point in life where he's at and getting to drive IndyCar stuff and do different things, obviously spending time with his family. So a lot of things that are, values that are very important to him. So I think overall, I would say no, because his personal life looks great.
One driver that's probably a long way from retiring wins on Sunday. He's singing for the first time on the radio that I can remember. Kyle Busch is our lead singer after his rendition of a Steve Miller Band classic, obviously. But what other drivers make up your NASCAR band? Matty D, give me your lineup. You're going on tour. Who are you taking with you?
Oh, man, NASCAR band. I'd have to say I'm going to pick AJ Allmendinger to be our lead singer because he's I've heard him scream after he wins races, so he's got some kind of a voice. Chris Buescher, if we're doing some like country related band or something like that. I think that's all I got so far.
I think the only person other than Kyle singing in the race car is you remember when Ryan Blaney was doing his Screamo singing on Twitter or Facebook. So, I mean, I guess I would go that way. I don't know if anybody else can do it. Bubba on the drums. I think he plays the drums. Kyle Petty on guitar, maybe. Not active driver. But.
All you are forgetting, Eric Jones is like the main karaoke man, too. So I'm going to have driver 43 in there, too. Maybe our band can do a record of just American hits because we're less than a week away from Jonathan Merryman's favorite holiday, the 4th of July. Matty D, what's your favorite part of the 4th?
We are a very, very patriotic family. So I would say I love celebrating our freedom and being able to reiterate the fact of how lucky we are to have the freedoms that we do have. So my brother's in the military. My wife and I, we are very, very patriotic. This is a holiday that we look forward to probably more than any others, especially in today's times where we got to be so thankful for our freedom. So celebrating those things, 4th of July and Christmas, are great holidays. It's up there with Christmas just because I'm so appreciative of where we live at, and I get to do a pretty cool job in this country.
I think all of it, right? You know, from everybody going all out red, white, and blue to it also being my birthday. But look, fireworks have got to be the best part. The bigger, the brighter, and the louder they are, the more I like them.
All right, well, it's time for left turn or right turn, and nobody mentioned one of my favorite parts of July 4th. It's the food. There's always a cookout on the 4th of July. So, Merryman, what are you grilling up, hamburgers or hot dogs?
Both. It's America, right? We're celebrating America. You don't have to choose. There is no backseat driver debate. You have a hamburger, you have a couple hot dogs, you got to have baked beans there, and it is my birthday, so if you don't have cake, it's not the 4th of July.
Matty D, hamburgers or hot dogs on the grill?
I'm a big food guy, so I'm going to say both, but I'm going to be honest with you. My answer would be a little different. You guys kind of circling back. I would say when I think of 4th of July, and this is how special it is, I am a food guy, as you know, but when I think of 4th of July, I don't even think about food or the fireworks or any of that. It's more about the values and the morals and about our founding fathers, and all those things are super important to me. So that's really all that runs through my mind.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned that you're a big food guy. Why do you keep saying that? Because I've heard a rumor that you eat a lot.
Oh man, I don't weigh 200 and something pounds for nothing. I got to fuel the muscles after all the workouts. But thankfully, I love food. So I'm one of those guys. I kind of live for food. I plan it out. I look forward to planning my week of food. Me and some of our friends, family. We have on Monday nights, typically we have this thing we call it family night, but also it's steak night. So we'll cook something really cool. It doesn't have to necessarily be steak, but yes, I love food to answer your question. It's a passion of mine.
Matty D, you're one of those drivers that are fighting to make the playoffs, closing in with only 7 races left before we know those 16 drivers competing for a championship come November. So do you consider it must-win time for the drivers currently below the cut line?
Yeah, unfortunately, I feel like we're in quite a must-win situation, and that pressure is ramping up for all of us below the cut line and around it.
Is there a racetrack that you feel like is your better chance to win and lock into the playoffs?
My wife, Taylor, and I were talking about this last night, actually, on the drive for home from the airport. I would say one I have circled off soon is New Hampshire. That's a track that I love. Our cars are best on the short tracks, and I love the low downforce races much more than the high downforce, low horsepower races.
Well, Pocono also showed us 2 ways to lose a race. So, Merryman, what's more frustrating, blowing a tire on the final lap or running out of fuel on the final lap?
I would have to say probably blowing a tire on the final lap. The fact that Kyle Busch was able to, cross the finish line on fumes and with 1 gear left in that transmission, I don't know if you could be mad about that because it's so amazing he was able to get that done, to be able to take off from pit stops in 4th gear without completely obliterating the clutch is miraculous. I think Kyle Larson, he had him smoked on Saturday. He was also my pick to win one of those races. Kyle Busch was the other. I'll just have to tell you I was almost 100% correct. But look, I think to have the field covered like Kyle Larson has had the field covered, to have 4 in a row right in front of your face, that has got to be heartbreaking. Luckily, he's got fast race cars week in and week out, so I think the hangover from that's going to be pretty short.
Yeah, I agree with that. Matty D, both of them are losing a race, but which one is the worst way to do it? Running out of fuel or blowing a tire?
They both suck. But if I was picking, I would say the blowing a tire is a little bit worse. You lose in both instances, but that one is completely unexpected. You're thinking, all right, we're good to go. Here we go, just one more corner, cruise through here, and then you blow a tire out of nowhere unexpectedly at that time. That one would make me extra mad. At least when you're stretching fuel, that it's going to be close if you make it or not.
Well, we asked NASCAR fans at home. 79% agree with both of you guys that blowing a tire is the worst way to lose a race. 21% went with the running out of fuel. David said that seeing everybody blow past you as you coast has got to be the worst feeling. Brittany said that it's a calculated risk with fuel, so you're kind of doing it on your own, but blowing a tire is very unexpected and far more tragic. And then Justin said a tire because it reminds him of Lightning McQueen going after that Piston Cup, and we all know what a devastating loss that was for the 95. Back at the big board this week, I'll toss up a specific topic. Merryman and Matty D will place them in the lane they feel they belong in. So first up for Merryman, Martin Truex Jr., a bit of a slump for the 19. Where are you placing him?
I'm going to say running on empty. I think he needs a little bit more to kind of get back to that, multiple-time winner form that we saw him in a little bit earlier this year. But I don't think you have to hit the panic button yet. He's got the wins. He's locked in the playoffs, so I think he's okay.
All right, Matty D, up for you. Your season so far, where are you putting it? Cruise control, running on empty, or going the wrong way?
I would say going the wrong way, but with the hope of obviously that we have a great team, great people working with new crew chief Jonathan Hassler. All that stuff's good. Communication's excellent. It's just circumstances that are going the wrong way. So I think you can flip. We can have some great races. We got some good tracks coming up, and hopefully win our way into the playoffs. And I know we can turn our season around big time.
Merryman, Brad Kozlowski, that number 2 machine belongs where?
I'm going to say going the wrong way, and it pains me a little bit to say that. But, look, I think if you're not Hendrick Motorsports and you're not Joe Gibbs Racing, it's awfully hard to say you're running on empty or on cruise control right now.
Yeah, basically any team but Hendrick is somewhere else other than cruise control. Okay, well, finally a new track for the NASCAR Cup Series. Years since you've raced there. It's been, I think, 2, Matty D? But where would you place the Cup Series racing at Road America?
That is one of my favorite racetracks I've ever been to. So we've talked about a lot, especially being 4th of July, and at Road America, the fans are going to be super passionate. It's going to be crazy in the infield. So excited for that, for the passion from everybody, and then going there. It's beautiful, really, really fun place to race. The track surface is worn out. So it's one of the coolest, most beautiful racetracks we go to. So I was super pumped when I heard we were going there this year. So excited it'll put on a really good race.
Yeah, cruise control for Matty D when it comes to Wisconsin. Well, next up for the NASCAR Cup Series, the most American weekend I can think of, Road America, NASCAR on the 4th of July. It's a very technical track, and there's a little bit more experience for some drivers in the Cup Series. We asked one thing of the drivers earlier this season. Tell us about Road America.
I think Road America is honestly one of the most underrated tracks in the country.
You cannot find anybody in racing that has anything bad to say about anything around Road America.
Road America, you're climbing. Then you start going down.
It looks like a really fun track, really big, really fast, a lot of different turns, high tire wear. I mean, all the things really, as a driver, you look forward to.
Big, long straightaways where the draft kicks in, and big, heavy, hard braking zones in a lot of sections of that racetrack.
There's going to be somewhere on that track where a spotter can't see us, and if something goes wrong, it could create chaos.
One of those racetracks, where I think the strategy comes into play a lot because caution laps take forever. So that's definitely part of the strategy that goes into it.
Yeah, this is one where you might have some of your Xfinity guys that recently ran Xfinity probably have some more advantage over the rest of us.
Hopefully it kind of comes back, but I likely feel like I'll be relearning with a lot of other guys too.
I think it'd be fun. It'd be a different challenge for sure. Getting refamiliar again with a place that you've been to, pull out all the old tricks in the bag, and hopefully utilize that and capitalize on it.
A lot of people forget how passionate Wisconsin people are in racing. I mean, the place is packed every time I go there for Xfinity.
A great area of the country, awesome fans, motorsports gearheads, they love it, and it's going to be a great event.
A great event for sure coming up this weekend. We're excited to see some racing in the state of Wisconsin. So, Matt, guests always go first here in the back seat. Who's your pick to win at Road America on Sunday?
Man, I would like to say ourselves, but I think our road course programs where we still have a little bit of work to do. We have gotten it better, so I hope we can go down there, be competitive, have a great race. But, man, Hendrick cars are fast, and then we've got Chase Elliott going to a road course. So, I think that's going to be my pick. I don't know how much he's raced there in the past, but they're always flying on road courses, and he seems to always make his way up front.
All right, driver number 9 for Matty D. Merryman, who are you going with? He stole your pick. That's your usual road course pick.
Well, I think show number 1 this year, I picked Chase Elliott to win all the road courses. But if I'm going to go with a backup, a bit of a dark horse, if somebody's looking for something for maybe fantasy, Michael McDowell is pretty good there. He's got a win already this season. Pressure's off, maybe some strategy play. I think McDowell might get it done.
All right, I like that pick. He also showed a little bit of speed at Pocono, so could be Michael McDowell. I am going to go, I haven't picked him all season, really surprised. I'm going with Kyle Larson in the 5. I liked what he did at COTA. The easy pick, low-hanging fruit, people.
You know, the road less traveled.
Always.
Not her deal.
Oh, not my deal. Always taking the road more traveled. Well, Maddie G, thanks for joining us. It's been fun to watch you this season, but good luck to you and the 21 crew. And now we're going to celebrate America with a little bit of racing. Make sure and tune in to the race Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern on NBC. Have a very happy 4th of July weekend. Stay safe, and we'll see you right back here next Monday in the Backseat.